You got a tattoo? Then you got to have a story behind it. We're Tat-Stories, and we bring our viewers those stories. Our crew may have found a new home in Pacific Beach in sunny San Diego. The folks are friendly, and like the adult beverages, the ink tails are flowing. Check out the Kahuna, Baseball Guy, and MVP tea as they grab some ink origins. Our first story this week comes from a cool mom with some X-inspired ink. Our second is a world traveler whose body is a postcard. And our third is a former Missouri native who found some Italian ink.
Baseball Guy here with Terry. Terry, how are you doing today?
I am doing awesome. It is a beautiful day in Pacific Beach.
And you've got some tats. How many tats do you have?
I think I'm at 9, and I've already designing my next one.
All right. Well, before we go into what your next one will be, we want to talk a little bit about your tats. You've got a dancing bear. Looks like a little Grateful Dead bear. What do you got that for, and what's the story behind that one?
Well, the story behind the Grateful Dead dancing bear is that I myself am not a huge Grateful Dead fan. However, my ex-husband is. And so on my honeymoon in Key West, I got a tattoo instead of his name, which I will not say here.
Steve.
Steve. I got a Grateful Dead bear. So in hindsight, that was one of those, I made the right choice.
All right. And so even though they're divorced, she's still trucking or whatever with her bear. And then you got a nice little joker on your other arm here. What's the story behind your joker?
Well, I beg to differ with you. That is not a joker. It is a jester. And every year for Halloween with the same ex-husband, Steve, we would go to New Orleans. And one year we both had the same tattoo done by an artist named Pearl, who was a wonderful man with those big giant, earring insert things. I forget what you call him. But anyway, he was really cool. And he's on Rampart Street in New Orleans. So there's a plug for him at AA Art. But he made these gestures for my ex-husband and I while we were both dressed as jesters on Halloween.
Yes, they both were fools.
And we went back like every year, and I still go back to this day every year, but not necessarily on Halloween because it needs to be more kid-friendly at this stage of my life.
What does your kid think about your tattoos?
I think he thinks Mom is a bit of a rebel, and he thinks they're kind of cool, but he himself, that would be stupid for him to do to his body in his current state of mind. When he's 18, we'll check in again. And
what is your next tattoo?
My next tattoo is going to be 2 eyes on the back of my neck. No, I'm kidding. My next tattoo is, I think, going to be right at the nape of my neck, and something with regard to a sun and a moon. I have that theme kind of now going through my house, and so I want like something just right under the hairline on the back of my neck.
What's the meaning of the sun and the moon?
Kind of the ex-husband that I mentioned, Steve. We're coming up on 10 years ago was when I left, and I just feel like that's the next me tattoo that signifies a moment in my life, sort of a coming out of, finally getting over that hump of the divorce.
Well, personally, I'd probably get the moon tattoo a little bit lower, but, Anyways, Terry, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you,
Baseball
Ty.
Guy out. Baseball Guy here with Lee. Lee, you're from Wales?
Wales, yeah. Living in Australia currently.
Oh my gosh, accents and accents and accents. Well, it's nice to see tats are not just a United States thing, they're a whole world thing. What got you to get to the point to get all the tattoos that you have?
So I do a lot of traveling, and I wanted to get my travels on my body. So every tattoo I have represents a place I've been of some kind, of some sort of form.
Have you gotten a San Diego tat yet?
Not yet, I'm looking for the pattern.
Well, this is the place to be. The tat shops around in this town are pretty awesome. So why don't you tell me about the one you got on your leg there? Looks like a King of Spades.
Yep. So this is from my trip to Vegas with the boys for our 30th. And I come back home and I got a queen and a king on both ends of the card there. I got my room number embedded inside the band on the king's uniform, and then the actual pattern around it is the carpet from the corridor, which I've seen a lot of.
So I'm guessing you had a really nice queen join you in your bedroom?
It was a good trip.
I'm sure that's worth memorizing. What's the lighthouse from?
So that's my guidance. So the ship's kind of lost at sea, on the piss, bit drunk, you know what I mean? Needs some guidance, and that's the Light family, bring me back home.
Well, thank you very much. Cheerio.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your time here in San Diego. It's been a pleasure, Lee.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Baseball guy here, and I've got Nikki. Nikki, are you from San Diego or are you visiting?
Well, I live in San Diego now, but I'm originally from Missouri.
Okay, nice Midwestern values, and you've got some nice Midwestern tats here. Did you get these tattoos in Missouri or did you get them here in San Diego?
So I got this one in San Diego, I've got this one in Italy, and then the other one in Missouri. So kind of all over the place.
Tell me about the que sera that you got in Italy.
Yeah, so I went on a road trip in Italy with my best friend, who's actually my neighbor. And when we were in Torino, Italy, we were going to a music festival called Kappa Futar. And we met a guy at the grocery store who was looking for water, who didn't have any friends going to the music festival and ended up hanging out with us all day. And somehow it came up that we really wanted to get tattoos. So on our road trip, we went down to Rome, and he's like, on the last day of your trip, you should come back up and get a tattoo from me. I'm trying to become a tattoo artist. So we drove all the way up to Milan from Rome and got a tattoo from him in his dad's warehouse. And we got Que Sera Sera. It's Spanish for what will be, will be. But there's an Italian song, Que Sera Sera. So that's kind of why we got it.
And what was his name so we can plug him and what great work job he did on your tat?
Yeah, his name is David Petros. You can find him on Instagram. He's trying to become a tattoo artist in Milan.
And then I do love the one you said you got in Missouri here. Almost looks like our Tat-Stories logo here, the skull with the hat. What's with the ballroom dancing skeletons?
Yeah, so actually I really wanted to get a tattoo of a skeleton riding one of those unicycles, but I ended up getting this tattoo of two skeletons dancing to kind of represent, like, I really wanted to get the quote from Peter Pan, to live would be an awfully big adventure. So I just kind of got the two dancing skeletons to just kind of remember to, like, live while you're here and dance around. But I got it on Friday the 13th for $13, so yeah.
Well, I know someone who gets a tattoo every Friday the 13th. That's just their thing to do on Friday the 13th. Yeah. Do you have plans for your next tattoo?
Yeah, actually on Friday the 13th and like a week from now, I'm going to go get a tattoo at Chapter 1 in OB. And hopefully I'm going to get like a little custom one of a rose and a knife.
And where are you going to get that one located at?
I think I'm going to get it like right here, like right on the edge of like the bikini line on my left thigh.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that. And thank you for sharing your story. And this is Baseball Guy signing out.